Imagine getting into the fastest spacecraft humanity has ever built. You launch from Earth. The blue planet shrinks beneath you. The moon disappears behind you. You keep accelerating, faster than any human in history, faster than any astronaut has ever traveled. And after an entire year of non-stop flight, you have not even left our solar system. That is how terrifyingly large space really is. Human beings are terrible at understanding large distances. We can picture a city. We can picture a country, maybe even the size of Earth. But space exists on a scale so extreme that our brains simply refuse to process it. Let's start with something familiar: light. The fastest thing in the universe. Nothing can travel faster. Light circles Earth more than 7 times in a single second. To us, that feels instant. But even light struggles against the distances of space. When you look at the moon, you're not seeing it as it is now. You're seeing it as it was 1.3 seconds ago. Because that's how long its light takes to reach you. Not very scary until you look at the sun. The sun is so far away that its light needs over 8 minutes to arrive at Earth. If the sun suddenly vanished this moment, humanity wouldn't know. For 8 full minutes, the sky would look completely normal. The Earth would continue orbiting. Life would continue as usual. And then, 8 minutes later, darkness would arrive. But compared to the rest of space, that distance is microscopic. The next stop is Neptune, the most distant major planet in our solar system. Light from the sun takes more than 4 hours to reach it. Imagine standing there, looking back toward Earth. The sun wouldn't dominate the sky anymore. It would look like an unusually bright star, a tiny spark in an endless ocean of darkness. And yet, Neptune is still practically our backyard, because beyond Neptune lies something far more disturbing: the Voyager 1 spacecraft, humanity's most distant messenger, launched in 1977. For nearly 50 years, it has been racing away from Earth at incredible speed. It has traveled more than 25 billion kilometers, a distance so large it becomes meaningless and yet, Voyager still hasn't traveled even a single light day. Not one. Think about that. Half a century of non-stop travel. And light could cover that same distance in less than a day. Suddenly, the solar system doesn't feel large. It feels impossible. But the true horror begins when we leave it behind. The nearest star to Earth is Proxima Centauri, a tiny red star located 4.24 light-years away. That number sounds manageable until you understand what it means. A light year is not a measure of time. It's a measure of distance. The distance light travels in an entire year, nearly 10 trillion kilometers. To reach Proxima Centauri using today's fastest spacecraft would take tens of thousands of years, longer than recorded human civilization has existed. If the ancient Egyptians launched a spacecraft toward that star while building the pyramids, it still wouldn't be there today. And Proxima Centauri is our closest neighbor. The closest, everything beyond it becomes truly absurd. The Milky Way galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars, stretching across approximately 100,000 light-years. If you could travel at the speed of light itself, the absolute, fastest speed allowed by physics, crossing our galaxy would still require 100,000 years. Entire civilizations could rise. Entire species could evolve. Mountains could form and disappear. And you still would not reach the other side. Suddenly, Earth feels very small. But even the Milky Way is just a tiny island floating in a cosmic ocean. The nearest major galaxy is Andromeda, located 2.5 million light-years away. The light entering your eyes tonight left Andromeda before modern humans even existed, before recorded history, before civilization, before language. That ancient light has been crossing the darkness ever since, only now reaching Earth. And Andromeda isn't far away by cosmic standards, not even close. Beyond it are galaxy clusters, superclusters, vast structures containing thousands of galaxies bound together by gravity. Distances so extreme that numbers begin losing all meaning. Millions of light years, hundreds of millions, billions. The universe keeps expanding, and the deeper we look, the stranger it becomes. Astronomers estimate the observable universe stretches approximately 93 billion light-years across. 93 billion, not million, not thousand, billion. And here's the terrifying part. That's only the observable universe, the portion we can see, the region whose light has had enough time to reach us since the beginning of cosmic history. Beyond that boundary, the universe continues. How far? Nobody knows. It could be larger beyond imagination, perhaps infinite, perhaps something even stranger. We simply don't know. And that uncertainty creates one final, unsettling thought. Every war in human history, every empire, every city, every person who has ever lived, every dream, every achievement, every heartbreak ends on a tiny world orbiting an ordinary star, inside one ordinary galaxy, among trillions of others, floating through a universe so vast that even light struggles to cross it. We often imagine ourselves at the center of existence, but space tells a different story, a story of unimaginable distances, a story of endless darkness, a story that reminds us of a terrifying truth. The universe is not just bigger than we think. It is bigger than we are capable of thinking. And perhaps that's the most frightening distance of all.